Hi everyone, welcome to Master Martini Kitchen in Singapore. I am Giacomo and I'm the head chef for Asian Pacific market for Master Martini company. We are a manufacturer that produces raw material for the food industry such as chocolate, whipping cream, margarine and a lot of ingredients more. We are based in Italy, so we are an Italian-based company, and we produce both in Italy, Malaysia, and Brazil. So today from Singapore, what we are going to do is going to be a very nice, easy, and refreshing cake. We are going to make fruit cake with some nice and light whipping cream and some hazelnut spread, which will give a very nice and refreshing flavor inside our dessert, inside our sweet. So here I have already my ingredients, which I'm going to use to prepare my sponge cake. This is a recipe that you can actually make at home as well without any difficulty. Okay, so I will write you the ingredients for the sponge. We have egg whites, 300 grams. We have custard sugar. You can also use brown sugar, it will just give stronger taste. 250 grams. Then we have potato or corn starch, 50 grams. Egg yolk, 200 grams, and cake flour, 200 grams. So now, why do we choose to use cake flour? Very easy, because we need to have a low protein flour in order to have a sponge that will be nice and soft. If we will use a bread flour which have high protein content, of course our sponge will be chewy and not soft enough, so not suitable for this kind of application, of course. Now, if you will find in the market plain flour, my suggestion is to look at the nutrition fact and see the percentage of protein inside the flour, and use the one maximum with 9%. So you will find that it's 9 grams per 100 grams of product. Said this, we can start making our sponge. And how do we do it? Here we have our egg whites. We'll put the egg whites inside of our mixing bowl. And we have sugar and cornstarch. What are we going to do with it? Very easy. In order to get rid of the lumps that we might find inside of the starch, we will mix together sugar and starch. Very easily. carefully. And after it's all mixed together, we can pour it inside the egg whites. Now we can start whipping the egg whites. Very important thing, guys, is to whip it up to soft peak. Don't make it too stiff, otherwise it will be difficult for us to incorporate the ingredients together with the egg whites, because then we will have to fold in the egg yolk, the oil, and the cake flour, which will sieve at the end. So we're using the cornstarch to have a finer structure inside of our sponge. And we will cook our cake at 160 degrees for about 20-25 minutes. Okay, so now our egg whites is whipped. As you can see, it's a soft bit. And what are we gonna do now? It's very easy. So first of all, we will spray our tin with some oil. I will not use any baking paper in this case. And I will put my egg yolks inside. This one I didn't write for the recipe because it's an optional. If you want to have a bit finer structure, again, what you can use is some seed oil. In this case, it's sunflower oil. I just use 50 grams. And to make it a bit more moist. So I'll mix the oil together with the egg yolks. Very good. Now we will put a bit of egg white together with the egg yolk, and we are going to mix this first. So once everything is folded in nicely, we can proceed to folding the rest of the egg whites. from the top to the bottom, okay, and we can see our cake flour. Again, from the top to the bottom, gently, in order to not lose too much air. Okay, so now you can see the mixture is nice and even, and we will pour it inside our cake tin. Perfect. Now, as I said before, we are going to bake our sponge at 160-165 degrees for a fan oven. If you have a back oven, I would suggest 175, okay, for around 25-30 minutes. So we will set our timer 25 minutes. Okay. Okay, so the sponge is baked. I let it cool down onto a cooling rack, and now it's ready to be used to do our cake. So I will get rid of the top layer, and I will help myself with a cake table. So as you can see, the sponge is very nice, soft, and at the same time it will be very easy to work with. I will just divide it in 3 layers. 1, 2, and 3. And now we will proceed to whip up our Mona Lisa Deluxe. What is Mona Lisa Deluxe? Mona Lisa Deluxe is a whipping cream, okay? It's a sweetened whipping cream, so there is sugar content. There is a nice vanilla milky flavor inside, and a special characteristic about this whipping cream is that after we decorate our cake, if we want, we can freeze it because the cream is going to be frozen stable, so we will not see any crack on top of the cake with the decoration. So I will put the Mona Lisa Deluxe inside and I will whip it up. In the meantime, what I'm going to do, I will use our granocciola. So granocciola is a spreadable cream. It's a hazelnut flavor and it contains 12% of hazelnut inside, so it's a very hazelnutty, richy flavor. I already put my granocciola inside the piping bag. And I will use it to make a layer of hazelnut. We will put the first layer of the sponge and we will spread our hazelnut. We'll do the same with the other, so it'll be ready to be used and easier to handle. Meantime, I'm going to warm up my hazelnut spread just a little bit, so I will give 10 seconds inside the microwave. And the Mona Lisa Deluxe is already whipped. So now you will see the structure, it's amazing. Nice and white, already sugared, vanilla milky flavor. We're going to put just a little bit to build the cake and have it in between the layers. I'm using a yellow cloth on top of the cake table because otherwise the tray will not stick to the table and it will be hard to build the cake. This is the second layer. As you can see, it's actually quite easy. Now we go with the last layer, but we'll go like this. So here we're sure that it's going to be very nice and white, because then we'll need to decorate the cake on top. And we will need to decorate this side as well. So let's spatula a bit of cream on the side of the cake. Don't worry if it is not even, because later you can adjust it with different tools if you want, or we can use some other ingredients to decorate the side of the cake. Okay, so almost done. Just a little bit more of cream. Now we can use this one. It's better to clean the cake board first. Okay, now we can use this one to actually make our cake smoother. for now, as you can see. Like I was telling you before, you can use different tools. Now we just need to make a bit smoother the top of our cake. Don't worry, it will not be perfect, because later we can help ourselves with some fruit decoration on top. Okay, nicely done. So now again I'm going to clean a bit the cake board. Okay. Perfect. So what I would like to do now is using our hazelnut spread, just some dripping onto the cake. To make it a bit more nice. So as you can see, slowly go to the side of the cake. You give a bit of space and then do the dripping. Don't make the hazelnut spread too hot, otherwise it will be too liquid. Okay. So you see it's nice dripping on the side of the cake. And now to finish it, we'll do something very easy. For the beginners, don't be scared of using the piping bag with a piping tip, the nozzle, how you want to call it. Because you might not be successful the first time, it might not be perfect the first time, but it will be with some just a bit of practice. So I'm using a star-shaped piping tip, and I will put inside the piping bag some of our Mona Lisa Deluxe whipping cream. course, something that I didn't tell you guys, but you can do it as well in between the layer. Remember we put the hazelnut spread, then the whipping cream. We could have put also some chopped fruit, the seasonal fruit that you can find. So some mango, some lychee, or some I don't know, strawberries, whatever is more convenient for you. Okay, so we are ready to decorate our cake. Perfect. So as you can see, again, very easy. And now what do we have here? I just have some strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, so mixed berries. What I'm going to do is to dry them up onto a towel gently, so you don't ruin the fruit, but of course we need to wash it before we use it. And we will just decorate the cake. So let's start with the bigger fruits first. So strawberry and raspberry. Just randomly put. You can decide to, of course, get rid of the leaves on top of the strawberry, but me actually there is no problem in using it as long as you wash the fruit first, of course. And don't be afraid to put as much fruit as you can, because it has to look nice and rich. Going final fruit that we are going to use is the smaller one to just fill up the gap left over from the other fruits. Okay. So now we will just finish our cake with some icing sugar, humid resistant, just give a further clean tray. So the cake is finished, it's decorated. Just going to put our logo. And there you go. So again, Master Martini products. We have the Mona Lisa Deluxe, sweetened cream, frozen stable, very nice overrun, vanilla milky flavor, white color, and very light and soft, very good stability for any kind of application. And our Granucciola, our hazelnut spread, 12% hazelnut, and very smooth, not oily texture. Enjoy the Italian flavor.